Hello everybody, my name is Nasty Mold and TGC has dropped a bomb on us. We have our first glance at next season's Pendant. And the next season, of course, we are all assuming it has something to do with the Two Embers. Sky the Two Embers, the series that they're coming out with in 2025, which is really only about a month away, which is pretty crazy. And of course, the season of Movement ends on December 29th, so that kind of sets it up for like a perfect first really cool season of next year. Now, there's a little bit I want to say about this season because so far, even just by the pendant, we can kind of draw our own conclusions and find a little story about it. So here is a look at the pendant. Now, this is our first colorful pendant we've seen. And it's pretty cool. It's, of course, got the classic gold color, but it also has these layers of other color on it. We have like this orangish, almost red. We have this green and this beautiful blue color. Color has always played a very important role in Sky. In fact, I don't think the game would be nearly as impactful if they didn't really strictly cater to their very specific color story that they have throughout Sky. Realms that bring you joy, realms that bring you kind of a little bit of terror with their color stories. And they have confirmed on their Discord server that the colors do in fact relate to the season in some way. Someone named Ghosty asks, Ash, can you at least confirm or deny if the colors have any meaning, or are they just pretty? And Ash replies, the colors relate to the season. So obviously that's not a huge spoiler, but it's pretty intriguing, and I'm pretty excited to see what exactly that means. We have an orange, a green, and a blue, which to me was almost reminiscent enough for the season of Revival. The Aviary Village season was our last season that I can remember that had like these specific colors that were in the steward's hair and the steward's cape. They were in the ultimate rewards. Each of the spirits had a specific color. But Revival was more a season in which they kind of revitalized the beginning and how you play through the entirety of the game. So it was very new player friendly. This one I think is going to be a lot more lore forward because it's probably based off of the Two Embers series that we're going to get. So I think we're going to have a lot more lore, and it's really going to follow an interesting story of the two Embers that we get in the season. We have the Dawn Ember and the Dusk Ember, which are essentially our two main characters of the story, as far as we can tell. Now, I'm going to go into what the shape kind of reminds me of. So obviously, it's some sort of drapery, right? It looks like fabric hanging down. To me, I kind of thought, well, maybe like how they have the drapery in the Season of Enchantment area, the Forgotten Ark. They have all of these canopies and the drapery hanging around. They also have a lot of it in the Aviary Village as well. But it didn't really give me the right sort of vibe. Obviously, it could mean a lot of things. It could be some drapery over a doorway we have to go through, or a window that we're seeing into, or, you know, some sort of drapery that you would see around many of the structures that you have in Sky. But I think that this specific shape is a little more specific. What I'm seeing is a character. I'm seeing a character's shoulders. I'm seeing the fabric drape over their shoulder, which we see a lot in Sky, especially in more recent seasons as they really try and shake things up with how our capes look. So I'm thinking kind of more like the scarf-like capes that we've had in more recent seasons. And when you look at some of the Two Ember trailers, you do see a lot of characters that have this sort of like drapey fabric over their shoulders. So that's kind of what's giving me the impression that this might actually be a character that we're going to find in the Two Embers. From here, I kind of see like a head and shoulders, which makes me see a body of some sort. If this kind of makes more sense to you, maybe you can see it the way I see it. I see the shoulders. I see the star as being the character's head. I don't think that there's actually the circle here. I think that the star is their head. And in looking in the lore chat in the official Sky Discord, whoa, the lore heads have already got this one, I think. A lot of people are theorizing that this is the King of Sky. This is Resh. And I'm not going to claim to be a lore head whatsoever. I don't really know anything about lore. I just play the game to have fun. But if you're curious about the lore of Sky, I highly recommend you join the official Sky Discord server. I'll leave a link in the description below. And you can check out the lore channel they have there, and they are really Whoa, whoa, whoa. They go over like every little piece of concept art. And that's really where you see a lot about this Resh character is in the concept art for Sky. They're not depicted a whole lot within the game. You can see them in some murals. You can kind of see their depiction in some statues in the Golden Wasteland before the temple. There are some giant statues that have like the star shape above them, and they're kind of meant to depict the king. That's what a lot of people think. And the king has been depicted in our most recent trailer that we got during Skyfest. I believe that's the most recent trailer for the two Embers, which we will go over in just a little bit. I'm just going to go over some of the concept art and art in game that has this Resh character. So here we have them depicted. We have the prince, the king, the corrupt king. Again, I'm not going to go over all this like I know what I'm talking about because I really don't. I'm not a lore head whatsoever. So if you want to talk to people who maybe know a little more, you might want to visit the comments of this video, ask around, or, of course, go to the official Sky Discord and ask around there. But here you can really see the shape of the head of this character that I'm talking about. Here is some very old art depicting the Eye of Eden and how they really wanted the end to be about death, and at the end would have the king here throwing their lightning spears. It's pretty crazy. Yeah, freaky, a little bit terrifying, but also very cool. Again, with that star-shaped face here. Once again, depicting that same character. Now, I want to go over the trailer, the most recent trailer we've seen really quick. I'm going to let it play, and at the end, we should see the king. Now hold up. Record scratch. Does this shape look familiar? With the star-shaped mask, with the robe, pretty interesting. Now, obviously, I don't really know what I'm talking about. No one does. We haven't seen any of the series. Our only example of what this season is going to be about is just that simple emblem. So no one can really know, but theorizing is pretty fun. And a lot of people are theorizing that one of the children of the two Embers series is going to go on to become that king. So it's not super far off as far as theories go, but it's pretty interesting to think about and to kind of imagine what this next season could be and what the series is going to be about. So yeah, I don't really have a lot more to go off of here. That's pretty much it. We have this colorful, cool new pendant. I'm really excited to see our next beta update. My best guess is probably in the next 2 weeks we might get it, and we might get to see our first example of what this next season is going to look like in Sky. Of course, we first have to have our live update, which I think we can expect sometime later this week. And then we'll see a beta update maybe next week or the week after that. So stay tuned. As soon as we see anything in the beta, I will be sure to let you guys know. And keep speculating because it's pretty cool. Let me know what you think in the comments. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye, guys.